a very important transition. We're moving to the fourth president of Afreximbank, Dr. George Elombi is the president designate, and of course, he's handing over after a decade of real achievement, advance, innovation, and bold leadership under President Professor Benedict Orama. It's a critical time for trade and in particular for intra-African trade. As we know, there's a move away from multilateralism. There's a move away from a world-based trading order, a rules-based world trading order. And in that context, Africa, just like others, has to become more self-reliant. That is what is being done elsewhere in the world. And of course, Afreximbank, with its numerous initiatives after intra-African trade fair and so on, is critical, and including the payment system, PAPS, is critical to ensuring that we beef up African trade, that we trade more amongst ourselves, keep the wealth amongst ourselves, and build our economies much more through self-reliance than in the past. And of course, that is the legacy, really, of Professor Benedict Orama. Thank you.
You are providing the investiture of a new leader today, representing the Federal Republic of Nigeria and indeed the African continent for this change of leadership. How critical is this for you as an individual and for the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a major shareholder in Afreximbank?
It is for me a rare privilege and an honor. And of course, as we are handing over, it is Nigeria that is having the honor of handing over from one president to another. It's a critical part of the corporate governance. It's a critical part of the evolution and indeed the continuing development of this institution, which has come to stay as a major institution on the world stage. And so the honor couldn't be greater, and I'm very, very proud that I am the chair of the annual meetings at this historic moment.
What would be your key message to the new leadership and to Afreximbank for a new horizon that starts today?
I would say the world has changed, and so it is important that Afrexim takes center stage in leading Africa into this new era. And as I said before, it's an area where we must trade amongst ourselves, where we must rely amongst ourselves, where we must finance African development with African funds. And in particular, I will also say that it's a message to the African diaspora as well, because under President Orama, not only has he worked for Afreximbank, not only has he worked for the African continent, but he has worked for Africans in diaspora, and that is an important innovation that we must ensure that we build on, we maintain, and we even extend.